Hello and welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd and you are watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I have some breaking news coming out here for you, and I want to share some updates regarding the Crocus City Hall terrorist attack that just happened today near Moscow inside of Russia. Okay, so some of the latest news here is we have at least 60 that are confirmed dead and 145 injured, and expect those two numbers to continuously climb throughout the hours in the next few days whenever we find out more people who were injured or killed here. I'm sure that number will go up tremendously. Okay, and also we have news here too that it appears the Islamic State group claims responsibility here, ISIS. Okay, and ISIS was responsible for an attack recently too in the last couple of months. They attacked Iran. Okay, Iran was holding a ceremony for General Soleimani, who was killed by the U.S., instructed by President Trump at the time in 2020. They launched like a missile and took him out. And during this ceremony, there was a bombing, and it killed like close to 100 people. I think it was somewhere around 90 people. And we had several hundreds who were wounded in this attack. And ISIS claimed responsibility for that as well. And I also am hearing word that apparently today there was also a attack as well from ISIS inside of Afghanistan in Kandahar. Okay, so apparently they were attacking some Taliban members or something like that. I'll have to go and confirm that information, but ISIS is running rampant right now. They're starting to regrow and causing more attacks here. So I want to get into this some more and show you some more information. So I've got an article here from AP. Russia says 60 dead, 145 injured in concert hall raid. Islamic State group claims responsibility. Assailants burst into a large concert hall in Moscow on Friday and sprayed the crowd with gunfire, killing over 60 people, injuring more than 100, and setting fire to the venue in a brazen attack just days after President Vladimir Putin cemented his grip on power in a highly orchestrated electoral landslide. The Islamic State group claims responsibility for the attack in a statement posted on affiliated channels on social media. A U.S. intelligence official told the Associated Press that U.S. intelligence agencies had learned the group's branch in Afghanistan was planning an attack in Moscow and shared the information with Russian officials. So yeah, we did just have the last couple weeks, I want to say, or the last month or two, no later than that, we had the U.S. intelligence coming out and informing Russia that there was a potential terror attack that was going to happen inside of Russia, and then bam, just weeks or no more than a month later, I want to say, now we've got this attack. So they were already warning about this prior ahead of time. Wasn't immediately clear what happened to the attackers after the raid, which state investigators were investigating as terrorism. The attack, which left the concert hall in flames with a collapsing roof, was the deadliest in Russia in years and came as the country's war in Ukraine dragged into a third year. Moscow Mayor Sergei Sobyanin called the raid a huge tragedy. The Kremlin said Putin was informed minutes after the assailants burst into Crocus City Hall, a large venue on Moscow's western edge that can accommodate 6,200 people. So yeah, there was several thousands of people here at this venue because apparently there was a concert that was about to commence as well. And we had this attack where these assailants came in here, started shooting people up. They had incendiary bombs apparently. I also heard some unconfirmed reports that they may have brought like gasoline with them as well to light the place on fire, which is clearly what we saw. Okay, I reported that this morning, as you can see here in the picture, that the building was caught on fire. So I have some more information here too, some posts here on X with some news for you that I want to share. So this is from ViceGrad24, and it says here, breaking. The official ISIS outlet Al-Amaq, so I guess that's their group name, takes responsibility for the terror attack in Moscow and claims the group was particularly targeting an event for Christians at a shopping mall. Tomorrow is the 5th anniversary of the fall of the caliphate after the Battle of Baghouz. So this is like a picture of them holding up, I guess this is their flag here. Okay, so again, ISIS claiming responsibility for this attack. Very crazy. And also, I want to share this too. This is very important too. So this is Dmitry Medvedev. He's part of the National Security Council for Russia. So he reacts to the terror attack which killed 60. If it's determined it's Kiev regime terrorists, all of them must be found and destroyed mercilessly as terrorists, including the state officials who committed such atrocity, death by death. So he's coming out and warning here that if Ukraine is involved in this in any way, they will go after their top officials in the country and whoever's involved here and mercilessly kill all of them. Okay, they're warning that they will kill all their top officials in Ukraine. So that's very crazy news too. And we don't have any information here that this is linked to Ukraine. Obviously, this is ISIS, right? But I was seeing some reports as well that there's possibility that some ISIS fighters were working inside of Ukraine alongside Ukraine as well, like pro-Ukrainian groups that are ISIS members. And there could be some ties here. So we'll see if Russia finds that out and if that information comes out. But that's not completely confirmed yet. I just saw some reports about that. But I just wanted to share that information with you, that there is a possibility still here, even though it is ISIS, that maybe Russia could still blame Ukraine here. And would they use that in terms of their war against Ukraine too? Yeah, possibly. They might do that anyway, just because they're at war with Ukraine. And if you didn't know, I just put out a video earlier this morning as well that Russia has declared a state of war against Ukraine. Okay, it is no longer a special military operation. This is now officially a war. So things are going to be picking up, here in Ukraine. And it's just going to get worse from here. So it wouldn't surprise me if they put the blame on Kiev here. Okay, so here's a video as well from Nexta. New groups of law enforcers and body armor storm Crocus Hall in Moscow. So let's look at this. And these guys are in body armor. They got full like military gear here almost, and they got assault or automatic weapons here. So let's take a look at this. Okay, so obviously they're just entering the Crocus Hall here to go find these assailants, I'm assuming, that could still be wreaking havoc. This must have been like towards the beginning whenever police first started to arrive here. So these look like some special forces units that are showing up to take care of business here. So there's that video for you. We got another one here from Nexta as well. The Crocus City Hall building is completely engulfed in flames. So I did hear as well that apparently part of the roof was starting to collapse here. It was partially collapsing due to the flames. So let's take a look at this and see how bad the burning is here. All right, so this looks very bad, obviously. The entire roof is on fire. And it's interesting because the assailants, when they came in here, they came through the first floor, as far as I know, because they supposedly jumped out of a van, a moving van, started shooting people on the sidewalks already while they were entering into this building. And apparently they made their way to the top and set off their incendiary bombs, I'm assuming, or this could have been done through gasoline, which I was hearing reports they may have carried gasoline with them, and they must have set the roof on fire. But we don't know if there was others that may have been involved that had access to the roof. But clearly this fire looks like it was started on the top of the building, or at least one of the upper floors. So very nuts, very, very crazy what we're seeing here. All right, so from Anton Gerashenko, Russian media report that law enforcers have arrived at the site an hour later. So this is when police officers started to arrive here. We'll look at this one as well. So massive police force here. You can see all these cops. There must be about, I don't know, 50 or 100 cop cars here to deal with this mess. And I can't imagine the people that were here. They must have been so frightened. And there's lots of footage online that unfortunately I can't show you. There's just it's way too graphic. But there's lots and lots of footage that I was seeing online of lots of people that have been shot here. Many of them are dead, just laying there on the ground, and it's very horrible, very very graphic. But yeah, so that's that footage there. Let's see what else we got here. So up next from Nexta as well, the 3rd Special Forces Group entered the Crocus City Hall in Moscow. The attacker's car, which could be mined, is parked in the parking lot in front of Crocus. It was cordoned off. Law enforcement have blocked all exits from Moscow. The traffic police is conducting random checks along the entire Moscow Ring Road. So let's look at this as well. Okay, and I just want to note here as well, I know we're still watching this video, I'll let you keep watching this, but I do want to note that supposedly this van that was parked too, yes, they did think that it could have possibly been mined with explosives, but I saw something as well that there was a possibility that the plates, the license plates that were on there were potentially Ukrainian. But then there was some confusion there that this was clearly Belarusian plates. So I haven't been able to completely confirm that yet. But as far as I know, they were plates coming from Belarus, not necessarily from Ukraine. Okay, so that's the latest on that. And yeah, like I said, these people apparently they just jumped out of the car or the van, they call it an omnibus, and just started shooting people immediately the minute that they got out. All right, this one's also from Nexta. Security forces detained an unidentified man near the site of the terrorist attack. So we do know we have at least one detained. There could be more, so let's see this as well. Okay, so the footage is a little grainy and hard to see. I understand that, and I apologize for that, but obviously this video was taken at night, so you know how cameras are. They usually suffer quality-wise when it comes to nighttime. So yeah, obviously somebody being detained here. I don't know if this was one of the armed assailants here, or this could be just somebody else that was wreaking havoc or something, or involved in some crime. So they obviously detained this man here. I have seen some footage as well that I can't show of some of the police officers that were armed with like rifles, and they were out on the sidewalks trying to get people to clear out and move away, and they were hitting a lot of people with the butts of their rifles, and it's just very chaotic and very very aggressive here. Okay, very aggressive thing going on here. And again, it's very sad what we're seeing here. It's unfortunate that this happened. And one last post here from Global Military Info. Moscow terrorist attack. 5 gunmen wearing camouflage enter the Crocus City Hall music venue. The U.S. and other European nations warned of an imminent terrorist attack in Moscow about 2 weeks ago. Okay, so there we go. That confirms my question earlier. So it was about 2 weeks ago. I was correct. Hundreds wounded, 40 killed. Number expected to rise. Crocus City Hall music venue is currently on fire. Hundreds still reportedly trapped inside. Russian emergency authorities, including SOBR, have reportedly stormed the venue. A firefight is reportedly unfolding. So, yeah, it looks like there was an actual firefight. I didn't really know that right away, but it looks like we had a firefight between either police or the special forces that entered the building. and they probably engaged with these assailants that came into the building. So let's take a look at this video too. So there's just more of these same officers patrolling here, and they're probably heading back into the building to go help out. So there we go. Very nuts what's happening, guys. That's going to be it for our X posts. And that's going to be it for this update. As far as I know, that's the latest up-to-date information. And if we get anything else, I will definitely update you guys. But thank you so much for tuning in here for this update. If you did enjoy this update, please smash the like button. And also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below and hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you as soon as we put out new updates, which we do put out several videos a day. So thank you so much for tuning in again. I hope you all have a great day. Everybody take care and be safe out there. We'll see you in the next one.